Hey everybody, welcome to episode 100. We are starting things off with that epic 5-minute intro, which I meant to mention this during Rumpus Time, and I forgot. But shout out to friend of the show, Spencer, for assembling the orchestral medley that you will hear during that 5-minute intro. But again, if you've already heard it during Rumpus Time, you don't feel the need to listen to it again. Skip like 5-ish or so minutes ahead. Otherwise, enjoy the intro and enjoy the show.
I don't want qualisyphilis. Qualisyphilis. Your little puss comment was pretty spicy last night. This is a space camp. It's a space camp, Eric. It's a space camp. You're forgetting the second part of it, all right? You covered the space part. It's a camp, too. You come ripped to death to a party, that guy's ripped to death. One of us would try to wake up and, smother the other, kid.
What I'm saying, I told you all the time, I make sure that all of myself is clean.
I don't want anything going through my urethra bigger than pee. I'm not anti-electric lawnmower, Eric. You know me.
Clearly you are.
Well, I am.
My penis is not nipple pink.
I just told her that, we were playing and my glasses fell off and I got shot in the eye or
Hold
something.
on. Everything that you're talking about with this story sounds exactly like Christmas Story.
Oh, is that a movie?
What the fuck?
They're using a fake snake, which probably I could make a fake snake. Could be a fake snake in the bag.
It wasn't.
It's not a real snake.
They faked the snake in front of 15,000 people hundreds of times, thousands of times.
They're in on it, Eric.
Who's they?
They fans. They
the
know.
Paying audience.
Nipple pink.
I have great ankles and great feet. My veins run through them. They look really good.
You don't own a bed?
I am no pervert.
A wave is like a twister. Twisting, turning, spinning, then it dies down. Never knowing it was a wave, but you will always remember.
Oh, give me some peanuts and some Quackle Jacks. Duh.
No, I didn't get his name, but his face sure does ring a bell.
Well, I think it's going to depend on who can hang dong.
Yeah, dip my tongue in it.
I just said he was a humble guy, and you immediately sent me a nude photo of him. Pretty much, so.
I've been blindfolded. It's like a third puberty.
What is the catch-up of minor disabilities?
My parents gave my sister braces, not me.
Bugs Bunny has a New York accent, Ryan.
I'm not gonna live my life in fear of Mr. Piss.
So you don't like the use of 1940s cartoons in current-day documentaries?
No, I do like him. The guy who got paralyzed.
Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeve.
Why is that funny?
It's not funny. I only get corn dogs once a day. Sometimes my balls just hurt. I'd want to be a woman. Do you respect that?
Painful butt gross that you had around your anus.
I think the 1990s might have been the best time to go to the zoo. Well, I can control my sphincter. I haven't heard of any other one testicle, guys.
Does your penis have a name?
Jesus Christ. I hate residue on my fingers. My dad grew up in a meat family. I've been wanting to go to China so bad recently. I think the 1990s might have been the best time to be a woman. I love my cat. It's the only thing I love.
Redmond. I love Redmond.
I love night oral care. I love weather. You do not pee in the pool. You do not pee in Tim Duncan. And if I'm wrong, I will eat poop.
Broadcasting from a cloudy window in Bothell covered in cat paw tracks. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where I, Eric Donaldson, a wrestling fan of nearly 40 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host who has never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, and then we rank that match on our ever-growing list. The purpose of this show is to see what happens when someone who's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most notable matches. Without any further ado, my authentically cinnamon-flavored whiskeyed-up co-host, Flying Ryan Murphy.
Thank you for that introduction.
Can I see the bottle?
Yeah.
Still intact.
Still here.
Not. Is it going to be drank while you're here?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
No, I was going to be drinking right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When did you drink it last time?
I don't know. I'm not happy with your daughter right now. All right. A little bit of.
You were so impressed by her intelligence.
I am, and
now,
but like
now you're
okay.
Yeah, she's
also
a little detective.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, may have never been found out.
Yeah, exactly. If it had not been for her,
we have not done a podcast in Bothell. Should we do it?
Oh, I would. You mean like me bring my setup to
all your stuff?
Why would we do that?
I don't have a good reason.
You just don't want to drive. You just don't want to drive. What's happening?
So,
like, to be fair,
but also, it's just a cat there. You know, your fatherly duties are
That's a good point.
Heather has to take those on.
Yeah, she has to be mother and a father.
She has to do both.
Yeah, a little Rob Roy situation.
You know, he'll give her some time off too.
Yeah,
but
she'll have to make the request in or workforce rather.
Yeah,
and I'll approve it, assuming that the rationale makes sense. But I mean, so to be fair, Heather is going to be starting her own podcast venture. It seems like we'll see how long it takes to kind of get off the ground and stuff like that. But in all likelihood, like the way I've expressed it to her, like the odds of getting people here recording, like you'll get some folks that are willing to make the drive over. But
where is it out of Seattle mostly? Is that the
people that she'd be having on as guests? Yeah. The Seattle area for sure. And but even so, like, you know, you're probably going to find that a lot of people just want to do it virtually.
Well, I mean, that's why we did it virtually for a long time.
We did. And
I mean,
so,
you would have to. Might be yours. I don't know. Maybe Heather. No, I'm just saying. Like,
if we did do that, we would probably invest in some sort of like actual like podcast recording thing. Like Riverside is one of them. And so if we did that, like you and I, in theory, could also utilize that.
Well, I mean, I'd be.
And it would be easier than what we used to do.
Yeah, this would be like. I'd be down for that, you know, like, but like, I also like swinging through every once in a while.
Sure.
Like, I just, you know, like.
I know you expressed that you prefer to do it in person than virtual.
I'm down for virtual, but like, I would say like
at one point in time,
a couple times a quarter, I swing through, you know,
couple times a quarter.
So, but anyway, like,
okay.
Sorry that I got off topic here. Yeah.
We'll talk. Couple quick things wrestling related before we get into the match.
Yep.
Episode 100, everybody. We made it. We've done it. Like if you would have told Ryan in 2019 when we first started recording, I don't think he would have believed you. I think he would have said you're full of it, pal. He would have said, but here we are, episode 100, well over 100 matches at this point. So we'll see how it goes. But some quick wrestling news. ESPN finally has taken over the WWE. They're not pay-per-views, but premium live events. They've officially.
How do you feel about that?
I don't give a shit. I don't watch WWE pay-per-views, really.
Oh, okay.
Especially, like, definitely not live ever for the past couple of years, with the exception of, like, a little bit of WrestleMania. And then I saw where John Cena, which it's not a big deal. It's not a big spoiler. John Cena turned bad earlier this year. So, like, I did see that. Outside of those things, I really
I don't get it.
What? Okay.
I don't get it.
What?
ESPN has like taken over too much stuff. They've taken on way more than they can swallow right now.
So in addition to WWE, what else do they have?
Well, they
now?
took over Red Zone too.
Okay.
Which was a no commercial thing, and now it's gonna like, you know.
Oh, okay.
But like also like what is like ESPN to me is Sports Center.
Okay.
It's First Take. You know, it's part of the interruption.
I know I know what some of these things are.
I don't know what ESPN is today.
Sure.
But that could be.
Well, you're not a subscriber of this $30 a month thing, though.
No.
Okay, gotcha. So who knows what that is? I don't even fully understand what that is.
I have Disney Plus, so I get ESPN. So I don't even know.
Well, you get some ESPN, but you don't get.
Well, yeah, exactly. So where's my thing? Like, you know, what am I getting? I have no idea what's going on.
This is $30 on top of that per month. And so that's what gets you the WWE. That's what also gets you whatever.
Yeah.
Probably some NFL stuff. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So as far as like, I have no personal opinion about it. I know that a lot of people are just like, fuck this. I don't want to pay for that, which is totally within their rights.
$30 a month.
I mean,
that's a package
compared
right there,
to like a lot of other streaming things, like that's getting into like cable territory.
Exactly. Yeah.
The one thing I will say, and again, I don't have an opinion, but I do remember the day that the very first WWE thing aired on this service. There was so much pearl clutching from ESPN fans. I died. It was so funny. How
just like on Reddit or what? Like
it was on Reddit.
Yeah.
But people like, what wrestling? This is supposed to be a sports channel. What's wrestling doing out here?
Well, I am also a pearl clutcher on that. Like ESPN was my childhood, and now like wrestling's on this.
Well, I've got news for you.
Yeah,
they broadcast wrestling back in the fucking 80s
on ESPN.
Yes,
is that true?
Yes. It wasn't WWE. It was the American Wrestling Association out of Minnesota.
So real wrestling.
No.
Okay,
professional wrestling, but like a way shittier version than anything.
When you say okay, sorry, and I take that back. I didn't. I apologize.
Yeah, you're pissing off our audience.
That was kind of a douchebag comment from me on a wrestling podcast. But like,
I expect better from you after 100 episodes.
I take that back. I pull that back.
Okay,
retracted. But
it's all bricked up.
But you mean but you're talking about like wrestling. Yes,
wrestling.
There you go.
They broadcast that in the 80s.
Okay, but that's completely different than what we're doing now.
No.
What wrestling are they doing now? They're doing WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the wrestling they were broadcasting in the 80s was not fucking amateurs. It was a fucking ring with ropes, Irish whips, and shit like that. It was professional wrestling, the same thing that WWE is. Back in the 80s that they were broadcasting.
So you're not talking about like Olympic style wrestling?
No.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not.
Did they stop that after the 80s? It wasn't like doing
that company went out of business in the early 90s. Okay, like, imagine WWE with like a fucking fraction of the budget.
Yeah,
that's what they were broadcasting back in the 80s.
Well, I mean, ESPN was probably starting up.
Yeah, they were absolutely. Yeah, but yes, the idea that these people are just like, oh, how am I supposed? This is interfering with my fucking DraftKings picks and shit like that. It's just like so ridiculous.
I mean, okay, fair, but like. I think there's a stigma to wrestling still.
I think
like with you're gonna hit that with sports fans, right? Like,
right, and like it seems like it has. Yes,
the pearl clutching you're talking about.
The pearl clutching, the people who are, how dare they broadcast professional wrestling on my sports network? Oh goodness!
See, I'm one of those people. Like,
I thought you'd be better than that.
I am now, but like, if you catch me in 2019, you know, like I am advocating for like getting wrestling off this platform. But yes,
if it makes you feel any better, anytime that they do an ad read on like a fucking college football game for the wrestling show, they always get the wrestlers' names wrong. So.
Well, they're tough names.
Yeah.
And sometimes they go by multiple names.
That's true. Right. Yeah, exactly. Roddy Piper. What do you need two nicknames for, pal?
Yeah.
You fucking Irish or Scottish, whatever. Also, on that same show, WrestlePalooza, if you were curious, back in September, they announced the first inductee into the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Any guess? Any guesses?
Who was it?
Very deserving member of the Hall of Fame. Maybe the most deserving. A former champion. I'm trying to think of any other accolades I can name. I can't think of anything. Stephanie McMahon.
Did we talk about this before? Was this just
This was announced
Before
in
we did
September, after we did our last.
I thought we had nice touch on that. Yeah.
So
well deserved.
It could change. It appears that she will be the headlining inductee. So they always have like a big star to like get the people in, and then they'll have like smaller names. But it appears that Stephanie McMahon will be the lead inductee, which is
I couldn't think of anyone better.
so ridiculous. But I mean, anything that I say is just going to be echoed elsewhere. I'll just, for posterity's sake, I'll just say the idea that Stephanie gets in before Shane in a Hall of Fame is ridiculous. Now, to be fair, it is the WWE Hall of Fame. It has no credibility anyway. Like, if you're looking to that Hall of Fame for any credibility, like, you're looking in the wrong fucking place, because, like...
We've talked about this before, too, right?
We've had
discussions.
They announced, like, last year, I remember we talked about how they inducted their very first match into the Hall of Fame, which was Bret Hart versus Steve Austin, which we watched. And so we talked about the Hall of Fame then. Yep. I think there's been some passing references to it before. But, like, they usually will also induct a celebrity every year because, again... The Hall of Fame thing is just an avenue to get eyeballs on the product. It has no legitimacy. There's no voting body. There's no nothing like that. It's just, who do we think that we can get eyeballs on it? So, like, as a result of that, and I'm not even saying this is the worst example, but, like, Donald Trump is in the WWE Hall of Fame. And, like, I think you could honestly make an argument for that, and it would, like, somewhat carry weight. Like, that Vince versus Trump WrestleMania was, like, the biggest WrestleMania for a long time. Also, Trump had a big hand in WrestleMania 4 and 5. So it's like, if you want to, like, fucking say, no, he deserves to be in, I think that's an argument you could make. An argument that is a lot harder to make is the fact that Drew Carey is also in the WWE Hall of Fame.
No, for what?
He showed up to one Royal Rumble, which is that where they have a 30-man battle royal where every 2 minutes somebody comes in. He was an entrant into that 30-man battle royal as a way of promoting a Whose Line Is It Anyway pay-per-view that was happening within like a week or two. And so because of that one thing, they're like, will he show up? Great, bring him in. He's a Hall of Famer now. So, you can't really take it with any level of seriousness. But
I take it seriously.
Well, then you're going to be happy that Stephanie McMahon, not only is she the headliner, but she's the first McMahon to be inducted into the... Well, actually, no, I take that back. Vince's dad has been inducted. But outside of Vince's dad, she's the first.
Is there a reason going on right now that Vince isn't in?
He always claimed he never wanted to be in.
Because, I mean, that kind of makes sense, too. But, like, I just was curious if...
I mean...
But some people would induct themselves. I know that now.
Yeah,
people love giving themselves awards.
It would if they said that Vince was being inducted, like, I would be a little surprised, but I would not be shocked. Yeah. There's actually at least 2 and possibly 3 lawsuits against Vince happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like, right now, you wouldn't be, because I'd be a little shocked. Like,
I would be a little surprised, but I wouldn't be shocked. But yeah, like, there's the civil case with Janelle Grant, who he allegedly abused, and then there's also a suit from WWE shareholders that basically claimed that the only reason that he did not move forward with other possible buyouts and moved forward in the way that he did with the whole TKO UFC thing is because he knew that they would let him stay on as a figurehead because, like, all the shit was starting to unravel, and he was like, they'll let me keep working here. And so that's the whole reason he went with that direction. So now shareholders are suing him because they think that they could have made more money with a different deal.
Do you think that has anything to do with why they're on ESPN? The UFC buyout?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, yes, to a certain degree, because the people that are in charge of WWE now are, like, totally financially focused.
Yeah.
Like, there's, in fact, do I have this in my notes? I don't think I have this in my notes, but yeah,
that's
like the idea, like, we talked before about how, like, WrestleMania front row tickets are, like, insane, and, like, the CEO of TKO, which is the combined entity of WWE and UFC, basically said, I don't know how you make a baby face out of Vince McMahon in 2025, but he was basically saying, like, oh yeah, Vince was really focused on families, and the ticket prices were definitely a point where we were like, we can be making so much more money off of this. And so it's like, again, I don't know how you could possibly make Vince McMahon into the good guy in any situation now, but somehow they did it. Like, oh no, we're not gouging this customer base nearly as much as we fucking should be. Yeah. But yes, they are totally financially focused. The Saudi deal was already in place. The ESPN stuff, I'm sure that their tape library is going to be going to a million different places over the next couple of years. So yeah, their leadership is just completely focused on that, and like honestly, it wouldn't shock me if they just sold outright to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, we're doing that everywhere. I mean, the PGA,
that's going
the US,
around.
Sorry. Yeah.
Which leads me to my next comment: the Riyadh Comedy Festival. So everybody, we should talk about that. I don't have anything to say about the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
What is the Riyadh Comedy Festival?
Oh, you didn't know anything about that?
No, you can't.
So it was really quick.
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia. They did like a week or 2 week comedy festival just recently. I think it actually just wrapped up a little bit ago. But they were basically paying ridiculous amounts of money to go over there and like participate. And like these were big name comedians.
Shane Gillis, I think.
He famously turned it down.
Yeah, like he was talking about it.
Yes.
Okay, that was the same. Okay,
there's a short handful of people who said no.
Okay.
Including Shane Gillis and Stavros.
Oh, I love.
But then, like a lot of the people that went, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. The one that I think a lot of people are like, what the fuck is Bill Burr. Bill Burr was the one guy that they were like, really? You're fucking going? Like, you don't have enough money? But
okay, interesting. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Well, like a lot of people that are like either canceled or semi-canceled, also like Louis C.K., fucking Aziz Ansari. Not that Kevin Hart's canceled, but like, you know, he's just willing to do anything for money. So like a lot of these names very much check out, but the one that stuck in people's craw was Bill Burr. Yeah. But anyhow, one last thing before we get into our match here today, Ryan. So episode 100, I don't want to toot our own horn, but who better knows the tune? Toot, toot. If you had to create a Mount Rushmore for you, your own personal Mount Rushmore of wrestlers to this point, who would jump out to you as members of that elite group?
I mean,
I think I know one, probably two for sure.
I mean, Stone Cold's got to be on there.
Okay, sure, Stone Cold.
Probably Hulk too. Like,
okay,
I mean, that's just iconic.
We've spent a lot of time on Hulk. I think our time on Hulk is more or less done, except for a couple matches.
Who's the guy I'm thinking of here?
Mick Foley.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, like Mick Foley.
Okay, so Hulk, there. Austin, Foley. Any fourth members? Any fourth folks that jump out to you? I can also look at the list. Let's see here. Is your ranking going to provide us with any insight into this? I know
it probably would.
Let's see.
I feel like a Japanese wrestler's got to be on there too.
Well, I mean, your number one match is that's me. Is Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn, which I know I've seen a few Rob Van Dam matches, but not a ton.
Give me something I'm missing here.
Mankind versus The Rock. Would The Rock be on there?
No.
Okay. Shawn Michaels.
No.
That was number one for a while. He had the ladder match against Razor Ramon.
Oh, he had the ladder match?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Undertaker, Bret Hart.
I mean, I think the Undertaker would be up for a good debate on that, right?
Okay. I mean,
right? I mean,
some people, I don't give a fuck about the Undertaker, but a lot of people like him.
Big name.
He's a big
wrestling.
name. He's a big name.
And wrestling's very performative, you know? You got to like get your name out there. Like.
That's so okay. I mean, if I had you at gunpoint right now, your four would be Austin, Hogan, Foley, and Undertaker.
Am I missing someone though? Like that's what I'm trying to think.
I mean, I said Rock, which you were not.
I mean, yeah, for me.
I mean, to be fair, The Rock has your second.
Am I missing
match.
like one of my favorite wrestlers here? Like
I'm just going through your amazing section.
I think Mick Foley's probably one of my favorites of all time, and I think Stone Cold has got to be on there. The Hulk, right?
He's not one of your favorites,
but he has to be on that.
It's your own personal Mount Rushmore.
Fine. Then give me some. Like maybe I'm missing something here.
I mean, I said The Rock. You said no. You said I said Shawn Michaels. You said no. Bret Hart. Who else have we seen a lot of? Roddy Piper, Chris Jericho. Those are probably the folks that we've seen most often.
I'm just trying to think if there's a one-off that I'm missing. I think
Vince McMahon.
Take my answer here.
Vince McMahon fan.
Take my answer. I will run through that list for next time. I want to make a real, like, thoughtful list on this. I like the Mount Rushmore of things.
Okay.
All right? And I want to be more thoughtful than off the cuff here.
Just so you know, my Mount Rushmore, in real life, not just for the podcast, but like because I have given some thought to this. So this is my personal Mount Rushmore. Not necessarily who I think are like the greatest wrestlers of all time, but just, again, for me. So Hulk Hogan defined my childhood.
Yep.
So he's a de facto on that Mount Rushmore. Foley, The Rock, is on my Mount Rushmore just because Foley and Rock were like my absolute favorites as a teen. And then there's a fourth member of the Mount Rushmore that I won't divulge here because we have not seen them on the program yet.
Are we about to?
No.
Oh. That's interesting. I'm surprised in 100
I know.
More. He's on the Mount Rushmore. We haven't seen him?
Right.
Oh.
My plan is that we will go through that arc soon-ish.
Okay.
But yes.
But no, like, this is a good question.
There's a lot of talk about Mount Rushmores these days, but that's like the thing that people say.
I think this is mostly my list, but I just want to double check it.
Okay.
You know? I feel like there's a wrestler that, like, I love.
I mean, there's been one-offs, but yeah, like someone who's
I'm going to have to drop a little pivot table here.
Please do.
On the data.
Yeah.
And see if I can.
By all means.
See if I can pull another. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Good question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here we are, Ryan.
Yeah.
Episode 100. Some quick facts. Technically, this is episode 153 if you're counting Rumpus Time as its own separate thing. That's a fun fact. Also, another fun fact. Total hours of content thus far. 165 hours, 30 minutes, and 46 seconds, plus however long that Rumpus Time that we just did ends up being. So very shortly, in the very near future, you could listen to Ryan and I for a literal calendar week continuously.
Yeah.
Anyone who does that, I feel sorry for you, but you could do that if you were so inclined. Now, I have to admit, leading up to 100, I knew it was it's a big deal. It's a milestone. The match that we were going to watch for this, it changed a couple of times. I think the one that I've settled on that we were actually going to watch is exactly what I want. Like, it was one of those things where, like, this porridge is too hot. This is too cold. This is just right. We're in a just right spot here. Now, believe it or not, long term, which I can't imagine going... we've already done this for so many years. Like, what's long-term to us now at this point? But long-term, we're setting up a few stories, including the 2019 creation of the first major national wrestling promotion in decades, All Elite Wrestling. But we're not going to get into the background of all that here today. All you need to know, Ryan, today's match is from AEW, not WWE. So this is going to be the first official ranking for an AEW match, and it will be our second match that we've seen from the 2020s.
It's the first AEW?
Yeah, we've not seen any AEW match because they just started in 2019. So we really haven't dipped our toe into that time frame too much yet. And so one of AEW's biggest stars of the past several years has been the New Zealander / Australian Sheila by the name of Toni Storm. Hopefully she'll do Margot Robbie proud. We can only hope.
We're doing female wrestling here.
We are doing female wrestling.
Okay, you know what? It ties in.
It does tie.
It ties in.
This galaxy brain over here is always working, Ryan. Let me tell you.
All right.
That was where you could compliment me. You chose not to. That's fine. Toni Storm is a world-traveled competitor, starting her wrestling training at 13 and making a name for herself in her native Australia, as well as Japan and Europe before relocating to the United States.
What part of Australia?
Oh, Gold Coast?
I don't know that.
I think it's Perth. Perth.
Oh, okay.
I think Perth.
Got it.
Upon joining AEW, Storm would quickly align herself with several other women, forming a group known as the Outcasts. However, egos began to grow and Storm would find herself betrayed by her teammates. This would lead Toni into a depressive spiral. She began carrying herself differently, like really, really differently, specifically like a Hollywood starlet from the 1920s. She would end her interviews with her new mantra of chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe before throwing her shoe at the interviewer from off camera. and she began to star in her own silent film shorts that aired on AEW television.
I love it so far.
Okay,
I'm a huge fan already.
Big silent film fan over here. A lot of Charlie Chaplin.
Well, you do it in 2025, you know? Like,
sure, 100-year-old gimmick.
Yeah.
Now, to cap it all off, during a manic episode where she struggled to come to terms with her losing of the AEW Women's World Championship, she came to the epiphany that despite her years of wrestling, despite the betrayals, despite the uncertainty of the status of her career, that she transcends all of that because she is timeless. Thus, the birth of timeless Toni Storm.
So same character arc.
Yes.
But
now we have finally found a name
timeless.
for this, in that she is now timeless.
I love her.
Toni Storm. I hope you do. I hope you do love
think-
her. You already...
I think we got a winner.
She's
right
my
here.
pick.
Yeah.
Toni took in a butler, a former deathmatch legend named Dr. Luther, who would provide assistance during her matches. And after several months, a new AEW signing from the UK named Mariah May would approach Toni Storm, professing her admiration of Storm's career and desire to learn from her. So think of her as like an understudy in film terms, like, oh, okay, I'm studying underneath this big Hollywood star, that type of thing. So Storm would take Mariah under her wing to the point that May would come out to her matches wearing Toni Storm's old ring gear and coming out to her old theme music. They were one big, happy family with timeless Toni Storm mentoring Mariah May, providing guidance as Mariah set her sights on winning the yearly Owen Hart Foundation tournament. So Mariah's in that tournament. She's trying to win. Let's take
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm interrupting. We're talking about a second wrestler here, right?
Yes.
Okay, we moved on. Okay.
Her understudy, if you will. So Mariah May, she's under the learning tree of Toni Storm. She's trying to, pick at different bits of knowledge, etc. And so now she's in this tournament. She's trying to win this tournament. Now, presumably, whoever wins this tournament is then going to face off against Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. So we'll take a look at the very end of that tournament match to see kind of how it all happens.
Center of the ring.
Not like this.
Death Valley, no. Instead, reversal. Mariah. 1, 2, 3.
The winner of this match and the winner of the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament, Mariah May.
What a match, man! What a match!
What a moment!
And,
I'm mad about Miss May.
and Nigel, I think the only person happier than you and Mariah May is timeless Toni Storm. Look at her; she's skipping
Let
up
me
the ramp.
see. But
Oh my God!
What the hell?
She hit her in the head with the damn belt. Has she snapped her? Has she been planning this all along?
This is her mentor.
Oh my God, watch for the shoe. Oh no! Oh my God! Was this her plan all along?
All right, we just saw the end of Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale. Mariah May won the Owen Hart Women's Tournament to essentially punch her ticket to a shot against Toni Storm for the Women's World Championship, and then in a shocking betrayal, attacked Toni with the women's title belt, or with a belt, I should say, and then started just wailing away on her with a high-heeled shoe, leaving Toni Storm bloodied, beaten, and betrayed.
Yep.
Your thoughts?
That's what I saw.
Did you like what we just saw? Did you not like it?
No, I just don't understand the backstory, right? Mentor she just went, like, she ran onto to the kind of stage here, to the ring, hugged her.
Sure.
And then she just beats the shit out of her. What happened?
So I think, and we're going to watch another clip here shortly, but I think the premise is she basically says she was always using Toni Storm to get ahead. She was using that relationship so that way she could earn Toni Storm's trust and then betray her at just the right moment.
Got it.
When she had an opportunity to then win the title.
But that's who we're seeing fight.
We will be seeing a match between Toni Storm and Mariah May shortly. Yes, that is correct. So everything copacetic
I think
so far?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in a sudden, brutal turn, as we talked about, Mariah betrayed her mentor and repeatedly stabbed her in the head with a high-heeled shoe in a morbid take on Toni's own catchphrase of "watch for the shoe." So some little subtext there. Now, as you can imagine, this incredibly violent act would lead to a clash between the two, which took place at Wembley Stadium. Okay, let me take two. This incredibly violent act would lead to a clash between the two, which would take place at Wembley Stadium in London. In that match, Mariah May would defeat Toni Storm, winning the Women's World Championship in front of her home country and sending Storm into exile. So Mariah May beat Toni Storm after that happened. Months went by. Mariah was mowing down all of the competition that came her way when all of a sudden Toni Storm made her return. But she was different yet again. No longer timeless, Toni seemed to have purged that last several years from her mind, and she conducted herself like a plucky young rookie, just happy to be working somewhere that had free catering. So now, with the roles reversed, Toni was the one to work her way up the ladder before finally earning her place as the number one contender to Mariah May's championship. The two would have a meeting in the ring to formally introduce themselves. So let's take a look at that now. So again, now the roles are reversed. Mariah is the champion. Toni Storm is the kind of up-and-comer now. But again, what's going on? She's has no memory of the past several years. She has no memory of this Mariah May incident, etc. So we'll see what happens.
Well, Mariah,
All right, Toni, let's get this shit over with.
and now her opponent coming up at Grand Slam Australia, Toni Storm!
When I look at you, I see nothing. When I think about you, I feel nothing. And in the hearts of every one of these fans, you are nothing. I do not care about you. I have never cared about you. You were just the dumbest, easiest pawn I used to dominate this entire game. And if I have to remind you again in Australia, so be it. Because as good as I feel right now, I will get off humiliating you in your hometown.
Mariah May, I am your biggest fan. Everything you've done, I've seen it, from the UK to Japan to here in AEW. You're amazing. You're an inspiration. And one day, I want to be just like you.
You don't put your hand on the AEW Women's Champion. A vicious, brutal beat down. Things don't look very good for Toni Storm's chances.
Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
What makes you think that I've forgotten?
Oh my God.
What makes you think our dance is done?
No. Yes!
Each scar, every drop of blood, I will feel forever. But now, it's my moment in the sun. They say the hardest role you will ever play is yourself. What you've just witnessed is the performance of a lifetime! Mariah May, you may be the woman from hell, but you came from my womb, and I will shove you back up there and spit you out, for I am timeless, timeless, timeless Toni Storm, and I'm gonna rip your tits off!
She's back! My God, what a moment!
So we just saw the reveal, acting at its finest. Toni
Absolute
Storm
finest.
performance.
Yep.
No, she didn't have amnesia. She was acting, as they do back in the 1920s. She knew what was going on, and she's back to being timeless. Ryan, you said this isn't what you thought we were going to be like. Anything.
Not even close.
In what way are you?
This is
befuddled.
in a lot of ways.
Okay,
this has shook me to my core here.
How so?
I'm looking forward to this match.
Yes.
I am. I think you but this is just not it. This is not at all what I came here for.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, this is good. I just didn't expect this.
Sure. Women's match. We haven't watched a ton of women's matches.
You know how I handle women's matches?
Poorly, yes.
Did I just rank women earlier?
I mean, you ranked them, and I think you made a lot of forward momentum with that. It was a very progressive ranking.
I'm excited, but I just not what I expected. But I think there's a lot of story here.
Yes,
there's a lot of story.
We've seen it.
Clips. So.
These 2 clips. Well, we don't have any more clips for better or for worse, but
it's a good pick for 100. But
I think so too.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some similarities between the first clip that we saw and the second one. The key difference is that grand reveal that Toni Storm had been giving the performance of a lifetime and was still, in fact, timeless. And so the two would square off a second time. This time in Toni Storm's home turf of Australia, whereas the first match was in the UK, Mariah May's home country. And so Toni Storm would avenge her previous loss and win back the women's title. That's right. That whore that you all adore, that slut you can't rebut, that skank that you'd love to spank.
Eric made up all these names, not...
She is... I'm just quoting Toni Storm. That trollop that you can't wallop, that tramp is once again the champ. And she's ready to take on any bitch who's got the itch. Speaking of which... After losing the championship, Mariah May would be the one to go off the deep end, with repeated attacks and provocations to goad Storm into one final showdown. And in the most appropriate location of Los Angeles, Hollywood, the two would square off in the grand finale of their trilogy. At AEW Revolution, the two would face off for what would be, as of this recording anyway, the final time. However, this would not be any match. This was billed as the Hollywood ending. We would come to find out that that meant that there would be no disqualifications and pinfalls count anywhere. So you can pin them in the ring or you could pin them anywhere. Outside of the ring is fine as well. So these two were dead set on finishing their rivalry once and for all.
There we go.
So there you go. Any questions?
No.
Wrestle with the data real quick. 61, 43, and 2 is your record, sir. This is our 108th match. Flew right by, didn't it? You're on a 3-match winning streak. Average ranking by decade. I mentioned how this is our second 2020s match.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So granted, for these are a little biased, but 50s, we watched one match from the 1950s. We ranked at 51, or you ranked at 51 rather. 60s, 103. That was Terrible Ted the Wrestling Bear. And then 70s was also one match. That was 85, Antonio Inoki versus Great Antonio. You can consider those, but again, it's only one match apiece, so you can probably throw those out.
Data.
Not a ton of data. We've watched 11 matches from the 1980s, average ranking of 73. We have watched 62 matches from the 90s, by far the most of any decade thus far. That average ranking is 52. Then it increases in the 2000s to 42, even though we've only watched 14 matches, but still, that's something. And then the 2010s, it kind of jumps back up a bit, 52, with 16 matches in the 2010s thus far. And then the lone match, which was one of the few women's matches that we've watched so far, but it's the most recent women's match that we've watched in the 2020s, 75 for Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. So we'll see if this this beats that out.
Okay.
We'll see if it does. Anything else, Ryan, before we watch this thang?
That's all I got.
Let's do it.
Mariah May, the glamour in glorious Technicolor, is ready to end the postmenopausal reign of timeless Toni Storm.
These two women have redefined the women's division here in AEW.
She is the reigning and defending AEW Women's
Wait a second. To the races. Talking's over. Let's get it on. Knew this would happen. It wouldn't take long. Falls count anywhere, no disqualification, Excalibur. This is the rubber match. Who's going to go home the winner of this trilogy?
Watch out!
Almighty! I don't know if either is going to go home after that.
The sky high off the stage through the production table at ringside. Toni Storm bleeding as Mariah May paying a visit to the prop department, and now, oh, look at mocking the champion. What does...
I have no idea what's in the bucket.
Toni Storm bringing a champagne bucket to the ring, but... Oh, it's a broken champagne bottle.
Oh my God, it's glass.
We've got
The adhesive is on the
We
outside.
need some adhesive, and we've got glass. What does that make?
Okay, got you.
I have never seen anything like this in a professional wrestling match. The challenger, a wild swing, the champion.
Oh, good God! Right in the mouth! Oof. Right in the mouth! Toni Storm now walking over to the bell table. Where is she going? What is she looking
Storm
for?
looking like the woman from hell. The shoe that Mariah May used to puncture the head.
Get out of there, Mariah. Run for your life.
The shoe in hand.
That blood was on that shoe, remember? Oh! Oh, what the? Repeatedly! Repeatedly!
She had to wait nearly a year, but Toni Storm! The shoe! The Storm Zero! The cover! And the Hollywood ending!
Thank God it's over! Thank God it's over!
We're back. We just saw Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm, forgive me, versus Mariah May, AEW Women's World Championship. Ryan, what did you think of the match?
Thought it was good. It was something. It was something.
Did it?
And it was to the point.
I don't
want
want
to. It was to the point. These women did not fuck around. Like they got to it immediately, even before like.
Sure. I mean, Toni Storm didn't even make
she
an
didn't
entrance.
walk down. Like
she stood at the top of the ramp, saw that Mariah was running towards her, disrobed really quick, and then they just started hockey fighting.
She didn't even seem. She got into it. You know.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I respect that, dude. Get right to. Yeah.
I mean, of course, I'm sure we'll talk about this, but like you already said, like in the build up to this match, like this is not what I thought this was going to be.
For the 100. No.
For the 100th match, and then I can only assume that like as the match went on, like. It even got weirder for what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but I feel like the matches we've watched leading up to this have been worse.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm just saying, like this kind of like.
I felt like 100 needed to at least be like
it was something
that you could sink your teeth into. Be like, oh, that
I think
was
you
fucking...
could discuss this, you know. Like,
yeah, something for just to prompt some discussion. Absolutely. But let's go to the notes. Unless you have anything else to say about general thoughts. Seems like you don't. Yeah. Okay. The video package plays out. I love this video package.
I know.
Just the summary. I also love, and we were kind of chit-chatting, so I don't know if you caught it, but like there's a bit where they're going back and forth during like the sit-down interview. They both like take their chairs away. They swat their chairs away, and they both, go nose to nose. And then the interviewer there, who like Renee Paquette, is second greatest person in that role of all time behind Mean Gene Okerlund, in my opinion. But she's just like, I pray that neither of you get hurt. And then they both go nose to nose, and simultaneously, fucking perfectly, they're just staring at each other, pray for her. And like, what a fucking ending to that goddamn video package. So good. So good. But Mariah May, she comes out with her bridal inspired gear. For I wrote down this must have been line from commentary: the post-menopausal reign of Toni Storm. I can't imagine I would have written that out of nowhere. But yeah, she comes out. She has the veil. She has the flowers. She set the flowers at like the picture of them, and then Storm comes out. And as we mentioned, Mariah May rushes up the ramp to like meet her, and they basically just start hockey fighting on the top of the ramp. Yep. So, which I know you're a big fan of. No dilly dallying. Let's just fucking get into it.
Get to it. Like get to the match. You know?
We've all got stuff to do. We've all got important lives.
Some people
here.
got to be home. Like
I gotta sleep. I gotta get some food in my stomach, and we gotta sleep here. But Toni Storm sets up the table, which would come into play at the very, very end. But that's like the first thing.
I feel like they did a few tables on that match.
There were tables like on the actual floor, but like the table that was used in the very finish of the match was like the first thing touched after the hockey fight. So Toni Storm like sets that up, which comes into play a little bit later. And then, if I can find where my notes left off here, Mariah intervenes, spits on Luther, which Luther outside of that first 2 minutes wasn't really visible at any point. He gets spat on, then he gets kicked in the balls.
Lucky guy.
Yeah, I mean, people would pay good money for the privilege of these things, but she spits on Luther, and then at a certain point, so Mariah May grabs the bouquet of flowers and pulls a taser out. Yeah. Which, what a shame that we didn't get a chance to see the taser get used. But like Luther intervenes, grabs the taser. That's when he gets kicked in the balls, and then he gets shoved over a table which had like glasses, like, champagne glasses stacked up on it. Shout out to deathmatch legend Dr. Luther.
No, hell of a performance.
He had his part, and he played it well. You can't argue with any of that.
The taser,
it's
such a it just shows like where she was going with this. Like that chick is fucking. She's unhinged. Like she's.
Things escalated even from a taser. Things escalated over the course of the match, which we will get into. But they both tease throwing one another off of the stage. We've got a series of counters. Eventually, Toni gets DDT'd. That's when Luther gets kicked in the balls, and then we never see him. He gets thrown into another dimension. Toni uses this distraction of Luther getting thrown through all this shit. She chokes Mariah May, choke bombs her off of the stage through a table on the floor, near pinfall. I'm sure you didn't actually think the match was going to end after 3 minutes, but Mariah May
in this game
kicks and also we should probably address you made your pick before the match even started.
Yeah.
You were dead set.
As someone who's watched 100 plus wrestling matches,
this is the 108th, but yes. Yes. I wasn't sure if me telling you, like, oh, Toni Storm's the champion going into this. Like, she beat Mariah May already in Australia. I don't know if that was going to affect your pick at all.
There was too much. There was, like, wrestling, I've learned that you can't it's hard to predict.
Yes.
but there was too much in this fight that was, like, pointing to it.
Sure.
It was too easy to call. I'm not shitting on the match. I'm just saying the end result was too easy to call.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, there's an argument to be made that is it too easy to call, or is it like this is the way the storyline should progress? Like there should be a satisfying
maybe both.
Somebody needs their comeuppance. Yeah. It's going to be the bad guy. Like this is what we want to see happen. Like to have it not happen this way would be like counterintuitive to how we understand storylines and like stories play out.
Put it in LA too, like
because of the Toni Storm stuff.
Right.
I call her Stony, but yes,
there's too much. There's too much there.
But it was satisfying.
It was. I'm not. I'm like I've said. It's just like they're leading up to it. There's just like all the signs pointed one way.
Yeah, all the science. Take all the science, put it in a
signs.
And science.
This I didn't use science for this. I used the signs.
Oh, the science signs. I understand.
You say what you want.
So we eventually get into the ringside area. There's a little bit of step stuff. I hope the step stuff didn't annoy you too much. It was brisk.
No. They didn't pick him up and like throw him around.
Right. This is 300 pounds.
Yeah, they just used them to like bash heads.
Right. Exactly.
There was some bashing going on.
There was a little bit of bashing, as it turned out.
When was the first blood drawn? Was it the stairs?
It was the stairs. Yeah. So, and in fact, I think that's probably going to be more or less the next note. So they get to the stairs. Toni tries to deliver a pile driver to Mariah May on the steps. Mariah counters. She gets crotched on the guardrail, which, probably didn't feel great. And then Toni Storm delivers a DDT on the floor of the ringside area to Mariah May. Toni tries to go for her hip attack where she uses her buxom butt to smash her opponent, but Mariah May moved, and then Mariah May, after she moved, she set up Toni Storm, and she delivered a pile driver to Toni Storm, which drew first blood.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Do you think getting crotched as a woman is more impactful than getting crotched as a man?
No.
Yeah. But I think like watching
I'm sure it hurts.
It was like a big moment for you right there. Right? Was that? I know.
I mean, it didn't. I'm sure.
You called it out. You're
sure,
like,
I did.
Yeah. Like
I think I made a noise. I was like, Ryan, you need to see her get crotched.
No, I don't.
I'm not a fucking weirdo pervert.
I'm just saying, like, I just don't like being crotched as a woman's got to be different. Like when you get crotched, like wrestling.
Sure.
As a guy, it's got to hurt.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm sure it doesn't feel good as a woman, but
I think it's. I think we would probably.
Do women have balls?
What defines a woman, Eric? Huh? How do you define a woman? Is this turning into that conversation?
Have you seen it's Eric Carmen line?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll send it. But anyway,
I know where you were.
That you get my point.
Arizona. But
what is a woman?
But I mean, I think that we as guys like, oh no, it really hurts when we get hit in the balls, and it fucking does. It sucks. It's like the worst place to get hit.
Yeah.
But I think because of like how much emphasis we put on how much it sucks for us to get hit in the balls, we like downplay like. Even if you, let's say you take the balls out of the equation and you just land in like this weird ass spot where your body is split in two, it would probably fucking suck. Not as much as it would for a guy to take that exact same bump.
Shitting on it. I'm just saying, yeah.
But yes, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no way that it would hurt as much.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it doesn't feel great either.
They just a crotch shot. I think the wrestling tries it's a whole thing, right? A crotch shot is a crotch shot in wrestling. It is.
I don't even know what you.
I'm just saying they like.
I'll just go with it.
It's like no matter who gets crotch, it's like, oh my god, crotch shot. Like it doesn't matter, man or woman.
No, that's not true.
They did it in that match, Eric.
But it didn't end the match.
It didn't.
A lot of times,
but they made it was a big deal.
It wasn't a huge deal. It was a move that happened in the match, but it was not a huge deal.
Fine.
In the match.
Maybe I'm over.
Like for a crotch shot. Why do we just call it? No one ever calls it a crotch shot.
I think it's a good way to describe it. It's a crotch
it's
shot. Like
everyone has
a crotch, you know?
Sure, but if like a dude gets hit in the balls in a wrestling match, usually a lot of times that's like the end of the match. Like for a women's match, that wouldn't be the end of the match.
Well, I've seen a bunch of crotch shots in men's, and it's always,
I'm sure you have, sir.
Okay, it's always like oh fuck, dude, like I'm down and I'm like hurting and I'm rolling around in pain, but then they just get back up and do their shit later, you know.
I don't think that's true. I think more often than not, when they do a low blow, which can we just call it a low blow instead of a crotch shot, please?
Sure. Okay.
But whenever they do a low blow, usually it's the end of the match. More often than not.
Okay, I'll defer to you because I think you're more of an expert on this. But in my opinion, that is always like a ouch, roll around for a bit, and then fight later. Like it's just, and sometimes most of them they win. I think.
I can't think of a specific example that we've seen, but yeah, my instinct is usually it's like you want to give the bad guy like a cheeky, cheap way of winning that doesn't make the good guy look like a piece of shit. You'll give him like a low blow and then a quick roll up, and then that's usually it. Like that's
well, I mean, like I said, I'll defer to you. Just in my own wrestling opinion.
Okay, 108 matches.
100.
Not exactly a lightweight. Everybody here. Okay, so Toni Storm's bleeding officially now. Not as much as she would in like 10 minutes, but she's starting to bleed a little bit. While this is happening, Mariah May grabs a chain from underneath the ring. She also grabs 2 chairs from underneath the ring, which I know you loved all that.
I did.
The plunder. And this is around the point where I told Ryan, because it's come up a few times, and like we don't have to rehash the whole conversation, but like these two women have had 2 matches on like very big shows already that were like straight up standard wrestling matches. I basically just cut all and like they were good matches. Like they were in another format, if we weren't doing this once a month or so, like I would be like, oh, we should just watch all the matches. But like in this case, it was like separating the wheat from the chaff and be like, hey, let's just get right to the meat of the matter and watch like the fucking culmination of this whole thing. So that's what we did. But I know you've said before, like, oh, there's no rules in wrestling matches. There usually are, but a lot of times when
I said that,
you have. And you're not wrong, because a lot of the matches that I've been introducing to you are totally lawless, just completely, without rules.
I feel like there's a lot of rules in wrestling.
You're changing your tune.
To fucking. I'm not. I swear, I'm not being that guy. Like
a little bit. You're being that guy.
I'm not being the actually guy.
I reject the premise.
Yeah. God, I fucking hate that term so much.
I reject
that phrase.
You can do both.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mariah starts dabbing away Toni's blood with her wedding veil. Toni Storm is set up in the Tree of Woe, which you're basically hanging that person upside down in this corner of the ring by their feet. Yep. And then Mariah May sets up a chair, does the hip attack, smashes her in the face with that.
HIPAA.
The HIPAA.
The HIPAA violation right there.
You cannot do the HIPAA violation. That's just not allowed here. Toni Storm then counters. She gets up, no sells it, German suplex, which I remember that looked very good. And then
they had a lot of good moves.
They did.
I just want to like shout that out.
There have been matches not that long ago that was like really struggling like to think of like one or two like, oh, that looked cool, I guess, sort of.
100%. Like
this was filled with like very memorable moments for sure. And speaking of which, maybe the most memorable moment. So after the German suplex, Toni rolls out of the ring, grabs a bucket. What happens to be inside this bucket, you may ask? A champagne bottle, which is partially intact and partially broke into small glass shards. Mariah May does the same. So you may be wondering, well, what are these two women going to be doing with their respective buckets filled with broken glass? Well, you'd be surprised to hear that they will then proceed to tape their fist with double-sided tape, dip their fist into the broken glass, and then just start punching away at each other.
The guy.
Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah, that great call on that.
Great commentary.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Fun fact, Nigel McGuinness, the English commentator that we heard on this program, I saw him do a magic show in White Center last year.
Oh, shit.
Right before that pay-per-view that I sat front row for. So it was a real
hell of a guy, dude. That guy's multi-talented.
He's very entertaining. Yeah. He's also a former wrestler that was an incredible former wrestler. And then he's mostly retired now, although occasionally he does wrestle every now and again. But yeah, so I remember, the moment I saw this for the very first time, there was a match in ECW, and I don't know, a lot of times ECW would come up with stuff that was like topical. So like, for example, the kendo stick that you're very familiar with it.
I've been challenged a few times.
There was a big controversy in the 90s around someone in, I believe it was Singapore, who like, there was a drug-related offense somewhere in Singapore. They were an American, and like the punishment that was going to be doled out to this kid, this 20-year-old whatever, was going to be caned. He was going to be caned.
This is real life, not wrestling.
This is real.
Jesus,
and so ECW, because they would push the envelope a bit. They then, in like the weeks following, had a match that they then dubbed a Singapore cane match, and so that was a reference to this Singapore incident where an American was then caned as their like a punishment for a drug-related offense. And so they never, like, while everybody else called them kendo sticks, in ECW they were always known as Singapore canes. And so also in that same line, I don't know if there's a backstory for this, but in ECW there was a match between two fake brothers, Ian and Axel Rotten, that was called a Taipei death match, where they glued their hands, they taped their fist, glued their hands, and then dipped them into glass, and then just started punching each other.
We haven't seen that yet.
We probably won't. The match itself is not like great, but I mean, it delivers what you think it will. But like, this was a very small microcosm of like imagine that part of this match, but like over 10 to 12 minutes.
Got it.
Like, it kind of loses its luster quickly, but it's like a cool visual. But anyway, yeah, so they're like starting to punch each other, and eventually Toni Storm gets Mariah May, and that's when Mariah May then starts drawing blood. So now we've got both bloody competitors.
Very bloody.
Arguably the bloodiest match we've seen.
That's what you made a fair call out. I just thought like this was like stood out to me as like both of them are
for
so
sure
bloody like,
for a long time.
Yeah.
The only thing off the top of my head that even compares to it is the episode 30 match where Mick Foley was just drenched in blood, like down his shirt. But like Terry Funk, I think was barely bleeding at all. So compare like if you cumulatively, Toni Storm and Mariah May have beaten Mick Foley, but it's hard to say. But this is the point where Toni. I said before how like, oh, it sucks how I don't have anything to fucking talk about. I've got a lot to talk about in this match. Yeah. Toni Storm then takes the champagne bottle and starts digging it into the forehead of Mariah May, which you don't get a close shot of. I'm sure she wasn't really like fucking raking it across her forehead, but like, the visual gets that across either way. And then Mariah May crawls off, grabs her own bottle, and then smashes it into the groin of Toni Storm.
You could take this off the podcast, but I do have a question.
I probably won't take it off.
It's a dumb, stupid thing. It's got to be like this is sugar glass.
Probably yes.
Yeah, like
probably.
I have to like that'd be crazy if it wasn't. But like I don't know,
which can still fuck you up.
I have to like it's got to be sharp in some places. Yeah. But I just
it was definitely sticking into like Toni Storm's back at a few points. You could see
it makes a great play. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting. Yeah. I wouldn't fucking be in that match if it was real glass. I'd say no, like that's fucked up.
It probably was. I don't know for a fact that it was, but my assumption would be yes. It was probably sugar glass.
It's fine.
Yeah, and
it made for a great like they dumped it out on
and started doing moves onto the glass. Which even if it was sugar glass, probably didn't feel fucking great. But yes,
no, it was sick. Yeah.
Which speaking of that,
I mean. Okay, sorry. One more question. Let me interrupt here. Has there ever been a real match, including some of the nastier shit, that's real glass that's been like...
Probably. I mean, in the history of wrestling, yes. There's deathmatch guys that are probably getting paid, I don't know, $100 or so, or less, that are legitimately doing it. The Taipei deathmatch that I just talked about, they were for sure fucking
really?
Easy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's obvious to me, just based... we don't have to watch the whole fucking thing, but I have it on DVD. We can pop it in at like once we're finished up here. I can show you, but like it's clear like they're cutting each other in real time as they're fucking fighting in this match, and I would be shocked if that wasn't real glass. That's the one occasion I can think of for sure. Okay. There's probably been plenty of others that I'm not a big deathmatch guy. I do enjoy like some more violent stuff than
it was great. It was because I don't think I've seen anything like that for a while. Where you dump that out and like I'm not shitting on it.
This is approaching as violent as I can enjoy.
Yeah,
there are other people within AEW that go a little bit further than this, where it's like this is starting to teeter on like too much for me. And like when Heather is watching with me, like even something like this, she would probably like either need to leave or she would just not watch.
Yeah.
So, different strokes for different folks. But Toni Storm set up on the top rope. Mariah biting/licking. It's not clear what she's doing exactly. But then Toni Storm gets Hurricane Rana'd into the glass. And then we have a Mayday, Mariah May's finishing maneuver, Mayday on the glass. Toni kicks out. This is around the point where Toni's like super fucking bloody. It's like ridiculous. It's just out of control blood. Toni then grabs the shoe from ringside after hitting a Storm Zero, her finishing pile driver maneuver. Mariah is running away back up the ramp to kind of where they started the match. Toni then curb stomps Mariah onto the title belt.
Curb stomps?
Yeah.
That's
it's where you... Yeah.
No, I know. I may have missed the curb stomp. Curb stomping is a big deal.
I mean, it wasn't like grabbing their arms and like although that is a move in wrestling sometimes. I've seen that move and it's pretty fucking good looking. But anyway, she did kind of an abridged version where she just ran up and like stomped her like a Mario move. But yes, onto the title belt. Mariah May's a little laid up. Then Toni Storm begins whipping her with the belt the same way that Mariah had done to her all those months ago.
Have we gone... No, go ahead. You're going to get to it here.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm just
Toni then with the shoe. Mariah's pleading for mercy. Mariah hits one last Mayday on the ramp, but Toni Storm kicks out, and then at this point, it's pretty much ball game. Mariah takes the heel. She leads Toni Storm to the table. Toni blocks the shoe, delivers a headbutt, and then starts repeatedly bashing Mariah in the head with it. Again, the exact same way that Mariah kicked this whole feud off. And so then Mariah, after getting beaten down with this shoe to the head, Toni Storm hits her Storm Zero pile driver through the table. Pinfall victory. The end of the match. So there you go. That's it. Final thoughts.
Hell of a match.
It was good.
I thought, like I said, this is not what I expected. Good choice. I enjoyed the match. Like I thought.
It's not what I expected,
for
but
100.
It's what I needed.
No, exactly. Well said. Yeah.
Let's go to the ranking. Let's rank it. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, it is.
I can pull it up on the computer. So, are we thinking... I mean, it's got to be better than okay, I would assume.
No, it is better than okay.
Is it good? Is it great? Is it amazing?
I think it's in the mid of good.
Wow, the mid of good. I thought for sure it was going to be higher.
Oh, really?
I thought for sure it was going to be higher than mid of good. The story was great.
It was.
The match had everything.
Mildly, like, a little gimmicky for me.
Gimmicky? I've never heard you describe a match as being gimmicky.
It was... That's the only reason. Like, it was a little gimmicky. Like, I could tell from the time you showed me the, like, previews of this, where it was going. Like, that's how I know it's gimmicky. Like, you know... Like, it was easy to call. Like, that's, you know... That's
not a bad thing, necessarily.
In wrestling, no. But I'm just saying, like, do I...
And this was wrestling.
Can I put this, like, that much higher? Like, in all these matches?
You put it wherever your heart tells you to put it, brother.
Like, I think...
So you think middle of good is what you're leaning towards?
I would say, like, middle to upper of good.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's...
Let's see if there's anything that strikes... that is...
I'd love to put it above a Hulk match.
You know you're not hurting me by doing that.
Am I not?
You're really not.
Am I hurting myself?
Your integrity is really what's being hurt by that. But
fuck, I thought it was hurting for a little bit.
I'm so over it. I'm so over it.
God damn. Okay, fine.
Bury that old racist as much as you fucking want. It doesn't bother me at all.
There's a lot of Hulk in here. And
there's Hulk versus
Stone Cold.
I mean, I can't expect you to remember Hulk versus Flair, but that's
don't expect me to remember any of these.
34.
I mean, I think this is a totally fair play. It's like not that far down. Like if I put it in the top, 35. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think it's a totally fair play.
Someone's dad just like justifying their racism. Like I gave that black guy a handshake. That's totally fine. That's reasonable.
I have a black friend. No, I just don't think I could put it in great. I don't think it hits great for me.
Okay.
Do you really think a 2025 match with this caliber is like in the greatest?
I would be shocked if this was not great for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, shit.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't great for me.
The new 32.
So better. I know you hate when I do this, but this is what I have to do.
Chris Jericho.
Better than Chris Jericho versus Juventud Guerrera, but not as good as Andy Kaufman versus Jerry Lawler.
Should I put him behind Mankind? Would that be a better fit? Like behind Mankind? It was a good... I did enjoy... I feel like I'm giving...
If you watch that... So here, I'll just say this. If you watch that Mankind Rock match right now, you would say the Toni Storm match was better.
You think I should put the upper echelons of... Because
I'm just... if you watch the two side by side, you would say the Toni Storm match was better. Okay,
that's fair. And what I'm saying is, like, I did think this was a good match. I do not think I put it in great.
So you can say this is top of good then, if that's what you feel like.
Fine, I think it's... Okay.
What's your bottom of great? Let's find out. Shall we?
Great? Goldberg versus Glacier?
Raven versus Goldberg.
Well, I have Goldberg versus Glacier here. That's at the very bottom.
Of great?
Oh, sorry. No, I was looking at the bottom of good. Yeah, you're right. Goldberg is another one. He's at the bottom of good.
Yeah, you've got a couple Goldbergs over there. Maybe he's on your Mount Rushmore.
No, fine. Put it at the... I think it was a good match. I'm not like... You might be right. So put it at the top of... Put it at the top of good. Know exactly where to put it. This is some... You know...
we're detailing here.
So new 30? Is that
yeah, I think so. Yeah. What do you
nothing to do with you.
On my list, where would you put it? On my list, not your list.
Your list is I reject the premise.
I fucking hate that.
Your list is flawed, inherently flawed, so it's impossible.
But,
I think this is better than Goldberg vs. Raven for sure.
But does it deserve to be in great?
In my opinion, yes.
Thought I'd give it a fair shot here.
Yeah, I mean, your list is so fucked up. I'm
really getting shit on, dude.
I'm not shitting on you.
No,
you're
a little
entitled
bit.
to your opinion. I just thought for sure it'd be great. I'm shocked that it's good.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a totally fair rating.
I just thought with the blood and you've never seen fucking shit
it was
with
a
glass.
good match. It was a good match.
But not a great match.
I don't think you can put it in great.
Because your prediction was too easy.
That's exactly what I'm saying. There was no
It had nothing to do with the fact that it was two women.
No.
Okay.
Of course not. I love women.
Yeah, well,
I rate them very highly on my list.
Your ranking says otherwise. This is...
That's the best woman rating I've done.
You know what? I bet if this was two men in this match, this would have been fucking amazing.
The top 30 of all time.
Let's see what a real feminist ranks this at. Let's see here. So top of great for me. Steve Austin versus The Rock. Fuck, this actually might be better than that. Okay, Undertaker versus Shawn, Hell in a Cell. It's probably not better than that. Honestly, I had not a whole spiel, but in my mind, I know that one of your favorite aspects of this match was the fact that it was relatively short. No, I'm not saying that as
to the point.
Okay. However you want to fucking phrase it. Whatever. In my opinion, and I know you're not going to agree, but in my opinion, if this match had been between 5 and 10 minutes longer, and you really didn't,
would have been worse.
It would have been better. And I rarely say that, but they just moved so quickly from one thing to the next that you didn't get a chance to absorb what had happened. Can I please finish my thing and then you can say yours? But in my opinion, even if the match had been the exact same but just 5 minutes longer, so you had a little bit more of a chance to breathe between the different stuff, I think it would have been better. And I briefly mentioned this before. I think this match should have been the main event of this show, and it would have gone a little bit longer. I think in total, the whole video that we saw was 18 minutes. So if you had to deduct the video package of the entrances and stuff, they probably had somewhere between, 12 and 15 minutes of actually in-ring time. I think that they could have easily gone between 20 and 25 minutes, and it would have been a fucking legendary fucking match.
That's what I think, because of their time frame. Because I saw the YouTube where this lands in the video, right? It looked like it was I think they had to fit in a time frame.
Sure. Yeah. I agree.
And that was, but for me, I do a more if it gets drawn out and just gets dumb, I hate that shit.
Sure, I understand.
That it doesn't. But this was right to the point. That's why it got up there on my good list.
I just think that there could have been
5-10 minutes. I think it would have gone down.
Well, your ranking is actually less relevant than mine, but I'm just saying there were some spots where it was a move happened, and then instead of it registering and be oh, we're fucking dead after that move, it was okay, now we have to get the buckets for the glass and shit like that. So again, that's my opinion. I knew that you weren't going to agree. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's why different ice creams have different flavors, Ryan. But I think I'm going to put it 25.
Pretty close to where I put it.
Where'd you put it?
30.
Well, yeah, but you did say it was great. I'm saying it's great. I'm saying it's a great fucking match.
I put it right there next to you.
25. 7 whole spots. Highest women's match of all time, ranking-wise, thus far. But yeah, I'm saying it's better. Yeah, I think it's better than Rock versus Hulk Hogan. I'm confident saying that. I know that may be sacrilegious to some folks.
Not to me.
I'm going to say it's better than that, but not quite on the scale of an RVD and Sabu versus...
Good match. Good match.
Okay, all right.
I say that both saying it's a good match and where I placed it.
Easy great. Easy great. All right. Well, that brings us to...
What if I had put this lower? Would you have lost your shit if I put this
I don't know if I'd... No, the whole premise of me having my own ranking is that I don't lose my shit anymore. I'm just throwing up my hands and
you do lose your shit sometimes.
It's been a while.
I don't do this to fuck with you. I rate these honestly for the fans.
I know.
For the fans, I rate them honestly. But to rage bait Eric sometimes.
Well, yeah, I mean, the whole Hulk thing clearly is rage bait.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. But I mean, there would have been in theory, yes. If you would have put this low enough, I would have been like, what the fuck are you doing?
See, sometimes I also like to be like in the realm of like possibilities too. When I rank these matches, I'm like, okay, you don't tell me shit before I rank it. And then I'm like, am I putting this in the realm of the right spot?
Uh-huh.
That's one thing I look at when I rank these.
Okay.
Just FYI. And I feel like I'm definitely in the realm right now.
I mean, numbers wise, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine. And like, I could see somebody like arguing with me about me putting it slightly too high, but I stand by it. And again, I think if it had gone another 5 to 10 minutes, it would have been potentially in the amazing section.
Oh shit!
In my opinion.
All right.
That's just my take. If it had been a main event match, a little bit longer, easily in that conversation. But we got to finish this thing out. We got to finish this fucking thing out. We are doing
Eric's Wisdom Tree.
Sounded great.
I do church it up a little bit in the post, just so you know. I was looking through this when you were in the bathroom, drinking another Fireball.
That's not where I drank that Fireball. I like to drink them on your couch.
There wasn't one that like spoke to my soul. There's one that will like you're gonna think is a personal affront to you, so I'll just do that one. This is not. I didn't come up with this. This is my quote.
Okay.
Somebody else said this, and I was like, you know what? That's somebody's gonna want to hear that, and maybe that somebody's you.
Yeah.
Procrastination, Ryan, is the arrogance that you are owed tomorrow. So get up and do it now.
I wish I lived that way. I am the definition of someone who procrastinates, and I will. After 35 years, it will just never change.
It's worked pretty well for you so far.
It just gets me like fired up, like I have.
What procrastination gets you fired
up?
Like
when I have to do something and I procrastinate on it for
Mm-hmm.
I've done this at. Hopefully, no one from work ever hears this. But my whole career, I've waited till the last minute and then I hit it. But I have to I see no urgency unless I and all these other people, they get their shit done on time and they're relaxed.
Yeah.
And they're chilling. I wait until I have to get it done. I just did it this Friday. I did it yesterday. And I waited till the very last minute. I don't know. It's not good. It's not a good trait. I hate it about myself. I just don't have. That's just who I am.
I'm a reformed procrastinator.
Are you?
Granted, not about everything. There's certain things I do, but for the most part, I'm more or less reformed. I was horrible as a procrastinator as a teenager. Homework, I would literally be doing homework on the bus on the way into school that morning.
Yeah.
Frantically.
I like to wait till I got to class.
I pulled that a couple times as well too. Yeah, I can't say that I didn't. But nowadays, taxes, I'll do them a month in advance.
Can I say something about taxes?
What the fuck, Ryan? You can't say that on the fucking podcast.
I filed for a tax extension this year.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it went through or not. I just filed for it.
Ryan.
Yeah. So I have to, so next year I have to really I pay my taxes. It's not like I owe anything.
You can't.
But they just owe me money.
Wait, is that true? Well, you don't know.
The only thing I did is
I've owed money the past couple of years.
When in Colorado, I had pulled some money out of my Roth.
Uh-huh.
And that's taxable.
Sure. Yes.
It's not your it's so, and it was
I'm profoundly uncomfortable with this revolution. I don't even know if I should include this. Holy shit, Ryan.
Is that bad?
Is bad.
But I pay my tax. It's do I?
I know that you're getting deductions.
Sure, maybe, but I pay a shitload of tax. It's not like I'm like self-employed and I'm not doing taxes. I pay all the taxes.
I know you're not actively Tindering or hinging or Bumble.
I have nothing to actively Tinder or Hinger or Bumble,
But if you're on a first date with a girl and you told her
that's
that would be an immediate red flag.
No. That's not what I said. I have.
you said that, they would be like, fuck it, I'm out.
I didn't tell any girl that.
Well, of course you fucking would.
In confidence, I told you, Eric.
I'm not like
on a podcast.
If you're asking me, is that bad? Yeah, Ryan, that's bad.
But
this podcast, I'm going to have to find a replacement Ryan. Hopefully Evelyn starts learning more words so she can just like sit in.
I'm going to be pissed if it's a lot.
God. Of all the revelations to end this thing on. Well, you know what? We're not ending it on that, Ryan.
Okay.
You want to know why?
Why?
We have one last voice message. It literally just came through.
Who's it from?
Friend of the show, not best friend, mind you, but friend of the show, senior hemorrhoid correspondent. Chris,
have you listened to this?
Chris, it literally just came through. He texted me apologizing, and I was like, Ryan's still here.
Yeah.
We can still do this thing. So he said I might need to trim some dead air. That's not going to fucking happen. So we're just going to play it. We're going to play it as it lies. Folks, here we go. You ready, Ryan?
I am.
All right.
Senior hemorrhoid correspondent here. Hemorrhoids are swollen veins in the lower rectum or anus, similar to varicose veins. For those new to hemorrhoids, there are two types. Internal hemorrhoids, from inside the rectum, and are usually painless but may cause bleeding. External hemorrhoids develop under the skin around the anus and can be itchy or painful. Common symptoms range from itching, discomfort, pain during bowel movements, and bright red blood.
He's just reading from Wikipedia.
On toilet paper or in the toilet bowl.
His pauses.
Causes can include straining during bowel movements, chronic constipation, sitting for long periods, especially on the toilet, pregnancy, obesity, and low-fiber diets. Now, there are a few ways to prevent these pesky buggers. A high-fiber diet, adequate water intake, regular exercise, and avoiding prolonged sitting can help prevent hemorrhoids. Treatment options include over-the-counter creams, warm baths, sitz baths, increased fiber intake, and in severe cases, medical procedures like rubber band ligation or surgical removal.
He's done the rubber
So
band.
if you have a butt burger, don't give it a squeeze. Go see a professional and have it examined. That's all for now from Senior Hemorrhoid Correspondent.
Okay. He overtook Colton by a mile right there.
I'm not going to go that far.
That was a great fit to this 100th podcast.
Yeah.
That was the best shit.
I mean, yeah, Paxton's wisdom tree. I bet, you know what? If you really fucking greased him up good, I bet he would send us something similar to that for each episode as like his wisdom tree. Now, again, I'm not willing to just give away my wisdom tree. That's a platform that I use.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but maybe if I start running dry on wisdom, I might consider seeding a couple to Senior Hemorrhoid Correspondent.
I loved it.
As long as he promises not to just read from fucking Chat GPT.
It's okay that he did that. It's okay. You gotta have a Chris Paxton readout on that too. Like,
you really do.
Like that. I felt it in my heart and my butt.
And your butt, especially your butt.
Do I sit on the toilet too long? Maybe.
Probably.
I
mean, who's to
say? I
got
a hemorrhoid back at Wave one time. I left work.
Oh.
Yeah. I told Dane. I was like, Dane, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Oh, well, Dane would probably be very sympathetic to your cause.
Why?
What do you think? Probably a lot of trauma back there, if I had to guess. Don't shush me on my own podcast. Well,
there's a lot you got to cut out, and
we'll see. I could very easily be like, you know what? Fuck it, leave it all in. Who cares? But yes, we are done. That was episode 100. So much fucking work went into that. I hope you all appreciated it. The intro, the hounding of people to give me voice messages, which, as we just heard, they're still coming in. But if you're not hard, everybody, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. We'll be back. Episode 101. What'll be on there? I don't know. But it'll be good. I hope. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye.
Cross shot is a cross shot in wrestling.